All right, welcome back to another episode of She the NBA Junkie and B-Ball Junkies. You know who we are.
Yes,
Oh my
indeed.
gosh, there's so much
Mhm.
to discuss. I'm so excited.
Yep. So since the free agency has opened up and a lot has, or I mean, I guess looking really, the free agency market wasn't super crazy, but
No,
the pieces have been moving around. So
very much so.
I
I think
think,
this actually has been one of the craziest free agencies that I've experienced in a while since
mm,
the one from
say
7 years ago that
craziest.
shook the earth.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no way that you can say this is craziest
No, it's
because
not the craziest. It's just
we lived
one.
through that, and then we lived through the Clippers. Like we lived through all that crazy stuff. Where
Yeah,
Kawhi, because we
okay.
didn't even know where they were going to go at the time. Yeah, that was actually crazy. That Clipper situation, I remember that. 'Cause it was late at night when Kawhi had like signed or whatever. But I think this started off. It started July 1st? Was when it opened?
Yeah,
Dang, so it's only been a couple days. Um, well,
and
yeah, I
as
think the
soon as it
first one
opens,
that kind of went down because everybody was looking like one of the most valuable players was Nas Reed going back
hmm
to the T Wolves. So that kind of took away a Lakers option to get another big. But
yeah,
now the Timberwolves got 200 something million tied up in them three bigs. Nas,
horrible
Big
contracts.
Frenchman, and Cat. So I'm
And that's
thinking
not
Cat's
even it
gone
because
next
they
year.
just signed Ant to a max, what, last
Mhm.
night? So they are screwed they've got to be, as far as cap space
They're
goes,
going. They're
they've
going.
got to be
Cat's
done.
he's good. They're going to trade him. There's no way that they're keeping him. But just because they paid that shows who they pick right there.
Right.
Because there's no way they're keeping him. But so yeah, they got Nas Reed, and he's a good person for their team. The T Wolves aren't like that's why I was surprised that they got destroyed by Denver. I mean, they were obviously injured and they did some stupid stuff
Right.
on to the thing, but
Very stupid.
maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna say they would beat Denver, but full health, they would have gave them a little bit. I think they gave Denver the most problems in the
Probably
West
could at least.
because you
Yeah.
got
I
Rudy.
don't think they would have gave them more than us, but they probably could have took 2 games like we did.
They're
But
they're the only team who scored or who got a game besides y'all, and so and then they weren't even fully at all healthy without their best defender at that. So hey, they were good at the beginning of the season last year. To be fair, whatever the case, they got who they need to get back, but they got a lot of
mm,
money issues on there. It's kind of weird.
yeah,
A lot of these teams they seem to be in the hunt a little bit. Also, the
as
trade of
far
John
as,
Collins
yeah,
to the
that
Jazz.
one caught me off
Yeah,
guard. I'm not gonna lie. I know that he's been having trade rumors for like the past 4 seasons, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting them to actually finally go through with it. So
yeah, it wasn't
I
either.
good, it's good for them.
I think it was just another salary dump.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people before had exercised options, like their player Vic. He's coming back to the Heat, or I think he was.
hmm
We got maybe he got traded, but yeah, THT did his option for Utah. Just these little minor pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, free agency started at July 1st. Man, that was crazy when I saw that y'all had signed Utah Watanabe. I was
I
actually
love
hoping
Yuta,
if
bro.
there's some way we should get him, but of course he went over there.
No. He wants to play with KD, and KD probably absolutely vouched for him because you could tell he loves Yuta when he was in Brooklyn,
Mm.
which is why I loved Yuta when I watched him in Brooklyn. So,
Okay, yeah, I guess we could just get straight into the signings. I'm looking at all the news and stuff around it. We just talked about the signings. So I guess the first big one was Vooch taking that extension from the Bulls for 60 million, 3 years. Crazy
and
contract, in
Vuce
my
isn't the
opinion.
problem there. I like Vucevic. I really do.
I mean,
And I mean, I'm a betting person, so whenever they hit my bets, I love them. So Vuce
they're
always
just
hits,
so mediocre. They're extremely mediocre, the
and
Bulls.
that's why he got a big contract like that. Because who else they gonna pay? I mean, they could pay DeMar, and they could pay Zach, but I don't know. Heard some rumors about Zach. I don't know if he's gonna still be there. I did not know the Bulls got Javon Carter.
I didn't know that either.
I I skipped right over that one.
But on
I
the
know they
Bulls,
stole Tory from us.
oh yeah, he did go over there, huh?
That's so
Andre
sad.
Drummond, their text messages. He's trying
Yeah.
to Torrey trying to get three from him, so he's going back to the Bulls. Like the Bulls don't have a bad team, I guess. They started playing better in like the very, very last
Mm.
end of the thing, but they're mediocre without Lonzo. They need Lonzo really, really bad. A point guard who's big, who can shoot,
Well,
and who can defend. But yeah, he's tough.
poor baby might be done. I hope that his career isn't over like that. That would be very unfortunate with all the hype that was built up around him for his career to end like that. But
It'd be extremely unfortunate. Next extension, Harrison Barnes, 54 million in Sacramento.
that's a bad contract. That's a bad
Man,
contract.
they keeping the team together. He still keep getting good contracts. I mean, man, what it would be to be him and miss a whole bunch of shots and still get rewarded for it.
Literally. I
Um,
didn't like Sabonis's contract either, but I mean, I guess they had to extend him because
no,
he
yeah, they're
is
not letting him
all
walk.
NBA.
They
So
traded Tyrese Halliburton for him. They
yeah,
locked it down. They're not letting him walk at all. Um, so I guess a little trade things. James requested a trade after opting out of his thing. So we'll see where they can end up going. Also, who else was trying to get oh yeah, Bruce Brown after what's his name? Coach Malone said that he was coming back to Denver at the parade. Idiot.
yeah.
Brown went
You
ahead.
thought he was about to come back just because he won a ring? You think he gonna
Yes.
sign back for 7 million? Please be serious. That man about to get his money as he should.
Yeah, he deserves it. He knew he was gonna get paid after that. Draymond with the 4 year 100 million. That's
I
not
don't like that contract.
you have to give it to him just because of who he is at the Warriors. And it is they got more money than anybody else anyway. So
I can't tell the way they ain't making no moves. I'm talking about have not made a move. Like they just expect wins to come to them without replacing all the scoring that you just lost from Jordan Poole.
no. Their
Like
main thing was to retain Draymond. That's what they did. What's it? They replaced
Draymond ain't gonna be enough with
hey,
that team that I watched. Oh my goodness. I
hey,
don't know what Mike Dunleavy is doing, but I'm not feeling it. Bring back Bob Myers now.
he left them. They didn't get rid of him. He left them. He was tired of it. Which it's a bit
Please
of
beg
a
him
lot,
to
I
come
guess.
back.
But they replaced them too. Chris Paul, obviously, direct replace for Jordan Poole, and then they lost Dante DiVincenzo, and they replacing him with Corey Joseph is who they're thinking of. So
That is not a replacement. That is just a body on the bench.
yeah, I mean, but that's the thing with them is, or I guess since Katie has left, as long as you have those three, especially as long as they have Steph, they'll be fine. Steph literally carries the team for these last really 2 years um on offense.
They'll be fine
Really,
enough to win games,
he
but not
carries
fine
them.
enough to win a championship.
No, I don't think so. It
And
nothing.
I thought their window was closed before they traded Jordan Poole. So this doesn't change anything.
Yes, last year we ended it. It's over. They lost last year. It's
Oh
over.
gosh.
Karis LeVert, 2 year deal to the Cavs, 32 million. He played good. I guess I didn't really pay attention to him, but I'm seeing his numbers. I guess he had a good year with them, so that's deserving.
He was decent. He was
He
more memorable when he played with Brooklyn to me.
oh yeah, but that's just because he got his chance. He with the second unit now, or he'll probably start since they got rid of that Lamar Stevens guy, and it's Isaac Okoro, I think, who plays for them too. Who knows? But next up, Torian Prince signed with the Lakers. I was very, very, very excited about this signing for us. I feel like he's a upgrade. Like who would we play? I think we would play like Troy Brown Jr. So he's a way upgraded version of those type of second tier wings that we had in our team. He definitely knocks.
Wouldn't he be an upgrade over what's that dude name that I said is a liability on offense? Oh yeah, Vando.
Oh yeah,
That's who he would be playing over. I
No.
think
Vanderbilt's 6'9". This dude's like a smaller wing. Torian Prince. He's probably like 6'5"
I
or
thought it was
something.
Ryan Prince.
He's like a
He
Tor-
looks long.
Torrey Brown Jr., Malik Beasley, all them type of people that we had. So he could shoot. He always be knocking stuff down in Minnesota, and he defends well. So that was a good pickup for us. Not pretty cheap. We didn't pay nothing crazy for him. And then next was Kyle Kuzma on that 102 million 4-year deal. So I guess he's locked
He
into
deserves it.
Washington. They
He ain't
try.
got nobody else to pay, so
Yeah,
he deserves
they
that.
they going after him, or he's the cornerstone of the team now. So we'll see what happens with them. I guess they were kind of injury riddled last year. They started off the year doing good, but now losing Bill and Kristaps. Let's see how good he is carrying the team by himself.
Yeah, by himself is a stretch. JP is there. He won't be
Oh,
alone.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Him and Jordan Poole. Yeah, that'll no,
Light
yeah,
skinned
that's gonna be
twins.
an interesting team. I
And
feel
I
like
think they
we
still
signed
have
him for
ties, so
playing.
they might be solid.
They have Tyus Jones too.
I think so. I don't
Oh
think they got
God,
rid of ties.
that'll be interesting to see how he deals with Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole is very wild and he's like the exact opposite, like perfect point guard who doesn't turn over the ball and makes the
So that
right
might be
plays.
great for JP.
Yeah,
JP's turnovers came a
yeah.
lot when they forced him into a point guard role because Steph is not a traditional point guard. So if he can play his
He's
official
supposed to be a
position, which is a
scoring guy, but he's so
eh,
wild. He reminds me of a very, very good Darius. He always
Garland.
be trying to no Darius from Midland.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Jordan Poole's a very, very good Darius. He like tries to go so hard and do all the moves.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works and sometimes it looks horrible, especially in the
Yeah.
NBA. Especially in
Yeah.
the NBA. It looks really, really bad. And so
Sometimes his
he'll
game is
figure it
very
out.
pretty if he can get it to go.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sometimes it looks good, but when it goes wrong, it looks wild. But he's gonna have the whole reins in Washington, unless I don't know if Kuz is gonna have that thing of like, hey, I'm the big dog now, so reel it in. But he'll have a lot more freedom
maybe.
than he did in Golden State. Um, Bulls again agreed with Kobe White for a $33 million deal, 3 years, but knew that after knew he was coming back after they did the thing and they played in the play in, because they signed Patrick Beverly last year towards the end,
Hmm.
and I guess that was their tryout for him to see if he could take the starting point guard role, and signing him as them saying, no, Pat, you're not you're not good enough for it.
Right.
But he did play well. I remember watching him when he played us, or we played Chicago twice, I think in like the last week of the league or something, and he played well off the bench for them. So very, very good earned contract for him. Good job on that. Y'all have re-signed Josh Okogie. So
Yeah, we picked Josh over Tori, which I don't
is
know how
that
I feel
bad?
about that. Um, Considering that Josh didn't make a shot since January and that dragged over into the playoffs, and Tori literally saved us in that Clipper series because he hit literally every wide open shot that we passed him.
Hmm.
I think so. But Tori lost a tooth for us, got back up every single time. But I guess it doesn't matter either way. I'm
Uh,
fine with who we got.
I mean, I guess. What did he play the four? Because you got Devin, or I mean, if you want to even move Devin to the PG, you still got two starting wings. So I guess it's kind of hard to have Torrey Craig because KD or Bill's gonna always be on the floor.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. But then Josh Okogie is right there in the way unless he's going to play the two. But if he's going to play the two or the three, he has to be able to score. He has to be a threat. And I think that's what we struggle with. But he's a menace on defense. But
Oh,
KD is
okay.
about to move back to the three anyway. So this should be fine.
He's a defender. Okay. So Suns get back a good defender for their team. Kings signed Trey Lyles 2 years, 17 million. He played well for them. Of course, I think they re-signed him back
He
in.
does. He probably deserved a little bit more since you paid Harrison Barnes almost 60 million. Trey Lyles definitely deserved more, but that's their situation.
They got him on a steal. DeAndre Jordan back with the Nuggets, just another culture piece, I guess, for them.
You got to
Oh, I didn't even
retain
know
somebody since they
y'all
lost
got back
everyone
Damian
else.
Lee. I didn't know you
Yes, D
brought him
Lee
back.
4-3.
Okay.
Was the best shooter in the league for a hot minute
Yeah,
until
he
he went on
was.
a super cold streak. But yeah.
We spoke on Bruce's deal earlier, 45 million, 2 years with the Pacers. The Pacers kind
Mhm.
of got a little team over there. I mean, so
Yeah, they definitely have
nothing,
a little team. Yeah.
nothing. Okay, first of all, sorry, let's talk about the top tier teams right now. Who do you think are like the top tier teams from the West and then in the East?
Okay, from the West, I
Denver.
guess you have to respect Denver, even
Yeah,
though they
Denver
just lost
Rockets.
Bruce Brown. I'm not putting them one though. I'm not putting them one, but they're still a top five team.
You got to because
Obviously
they're
the
the
Lakers.
champions.
I'm not trying to hear none of that. The Warriors weren't even my number one team after they won a ring because they weren't supposed to win it. So the Nuggets, they're not one though. The Suns, Lakers.
Or yeah,
I think
Suns.
the Kings are still a really top five team. I'm always going to go with the Grizzlies. Dang, this is
The
hard.
Grizz.
There's a lot of good teams, but I
Mm-mm.
don't want
No,
to
no,
count
no.
the T Wolves.
Teams you only believe who can win the chip.
Oh, teams that I believe can win the chip.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
then
what I
yeah, I'm
mean
gonna
by
stick with
top
those top
tier.
five.
So it don't
Am I
even
missing
have to be
anybody in the
five. It don't
West?
even have to be five.
Okay, teams that I actually believe I'm going Suns, Lakers. I really don't even
Denver
believe
just
Denver could
because
win
they
it
won the
again, to be
chip.
honest with you.
You don't think Denver gonna go? But I think Denver has
They're
any
not winning
besides
again.
or in the West as of right now. They're the one who got the most chance to win, just because they won and they got.
Denver is now us from this year. They have a
Mhm.
very solid starting lineup. We had, well, solid is a stretch because DA picks and chooses when he's going to show up, and Chris Paul is always injured. But we have a very solid starting lineup, and then once our starters got to go to the bench, who we got now? Because they just lost Bruce Brown,
That's
and
one
then
guy.
they lost Jeff Green. They don't have him anymore.
That's
That's
true.
two key players off
That
the
is
bench
true.
that you had. So now
But
what do you have?
they
Christian
did
Brown
draft
got to do
well,
something for you?
yes. Christian Brown could step into that Bruce Brown role. He played well in the finals
Yeah.
at least. And then the Jeff Green, I mean, they just need a dude who could hit threes, and that's where Thomas Bryant, I think he signed with Miami. But somebody of that shoot, it doesn't even matter. They got Jokic. No matter what, they'll be fine. It's hard to
Yeah,
see
and we
anybody
had
stopping
KD.
them besides us. Like DA is still going to get destroyed. Like I don't know.
Which is why they should have traded him. But,
I thought it was still
they
a
believed
chance,
in
but
him.
we're multiple days.
Some of our fans are delusional and still think it is a chance, even though the roster is set.
Yeah, I was
I
about
knew
to
I
say
shouldn't have believed them fools.
multiple days still in, and he's on the team, so whatever. Portland went out and gave or agreed to give Jeremy Grant that big old 5 year, 160 million contract.
It immediately pissed Damian Lillard off. He said, "Oh, y'all think I'm playing with y'all?" Okay.
I mean, he's a good player, but I mean, they're I don't know, Portland. It's just a weird thing they got going on. Boston signed that 60 million extension with Chris Stapps, or was a sign and trade
Mm-hmm.
that they did earlier. But man, that's gonna be interesting next year because he's big. We Troy Brown signed with the T Wolves, kind of like a trade for what's his name, Torian Prince, I guess. And trade
Mm-hmm.
they're interchangeable. Um the Cavs, like you were saying, they picked up good stuff. Max Strus, 4 years, 64 million. That seems a little expensive for me, but I mean,
It definitely is. But
I
if they
mean,
have the money, then go for it. I
no, yeah,
watched that
yeah.
man go 0 for 7 in a game, did not hit a shot, and you paid him 64 mil. You do
But
you.
it is exactly what the Cavs need, though. Like their starting lineup, I think he could take that three spot in the starting lineup for them, or Karis LeVert, but I think he still shoots better than Karis LeVert. And I like Karis LeVert off the bench too. But that
Yeah.
three spot was where they got killed in the playoffs last year because they can't hit threes. They got them two bigs, and then they got Darius and Donovan Mitchell, but the third spot or number three couldn't hit any threes, even if
That
it was
must be
Karis
why
LeVert off
they
the bench. Yeah. And that's why
they
they
went to go get George's name as well,
yes,
who
him too. I like
hit a
that
lot. Yeah.
because they had to let go of Kevin Love earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
He
he's
did
like
play for him
the
there.
bringing in the shooting, obviously, but K Love got the rebounding and everything too. But Cavs seems a little
They
expensive
did
to
good
back
then.
screws, but yeah, it's a good stuff. Reggie back with Denver, 2 year, 10 million. I think he only played there half the season anyway. So yeah,
Yeah,
there goes somebody off the bench too. I mean, he's good. He was good for the Clippers at times.
but the
So
Nuggets didn't play him.
yeah, so maybe now maybe they'll have to play him since Bruce Brown will be gone. Um,
Right.
Nikhil Alexander Walker back to your deal with Minnesota. I don't know how much money they got in Minnesota. I don't know who the owners are, but they handing down money like it's nothing. So he must be crazy rich. But yeah, I didn't even know Javon Carter signed with the Bulls either. That's not bad. We'll see about that. I feel like he's like a way
Yeah,
version of like a Patrick Beverly, more controlled version defender, and he will knock down shots for the most part.
he is solid.
George Niang
For
contract
20
was
mil?
3 year, 26 million. So I think that's a good
Mm-hmm.
deal. 26 million for 3 years is not a lot. So good little steal
No.
right there. Kyrie, first big signing of the summer, or I guess big name. Kyrie
He
agreed.
was actually the second behind your boy Fred Van Vliet, who just robbed the Rockets blind.
Fred is not no big name, but he did get a big contract.
Yeah, a huge contract.
Kyrie back with Dallas. I like that. Just wanted to put a note on. They better figure something out though. Luka and Kyrie need an actual chance. But I would like to not have to worry about Dallas, honestly, because Luka and Kyrie is very, very scary.
They're not if Luca can't learn how to play off the ball, which was the reason they didn't work out. But
they had
because it's
zero
not
defense. That's why.
it's not hard to figure out how to click on offense though, because Devin and Kevin figured it out immediately
Well, Kevin Durant,
as they cooked them.
he's not a ball dominant player. So I mean it's different.
Neither is Kyrie. That's why it worked for him. But Luca is the one who is.
Kyrie is a scorer. And he needs to score all. I mean, shoot, Kyrie can score all type of ways, but it's just the
Yeah.
same. Him and Luka, they like to pound the ball. So, but they just need defense. They just need defenders on the team who can shoot the same way they went and played y'all on them. It was the round before the conference finals, but that year they had that. It was a pretty okay roster, and I think Kyrie's a big upgrade than Spencer Dinwiddie and
Spence
Jalen Brown.
actually could guard a little bit.
That
And
yeah, yeah,
Jalen Brunson could guard and score. The only reason he didn't go off the way he'd been going off with the Knicks is because Luca is in the way, per usual. He doesn't know how to play with. He wants a star
Kyrie
teammate, but he doesn't
is
know how to
better
play
than
with one.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he is. But I
It's the
mean, Jalen
upgrade.
Brunson wasn't like they shouldn't have let him go just
No,
because you
they
got Kyrie
shouldn't have.
later on.
They shouldn't have, but they upgraded. They just need to figure out what to do with the rest of the team.
Eventually.
But Chris
Well,
Middleton, 3 years, 102 with the Bucks.
uh,
They said it's a little overpaid
he
because
probably is
well
for his
last
injury
season.
history.
But same thing, they're just keeping their championship dreams alive with their core people.
Good luck.
I mean, hey, oh yeah, we didn't do the East. So yeah, we know our West teams. Who are your East top tier, like top level championship contenders? Celtics.
Celtics are always going to be
Yeah.
my. I don't think there's been a time that Jason Tatum has, since he's been drafted, that he hasn't made it to the conference final. I don't think there's been a time. So the Celtics are always going to be my first choice. I'm going to put the Cavs up there, even though they extremely disappointed this season. Don't know what that was about. The Knicks. I wouldn't say they will win a championship though, but I do like them in the East. Let's see. Oh, the Pacers are in the East, so I'm going with the Pacers. I got to put the Bucks in there. Did I already say the Bucks?
No.
Got to put the Bucks in there. So Celtics, Cavs, Bucks, Pacers as a real chance. I don't believe in the
You thinking it's
76ers if
opening
they
up
let
this
go.
much? You thinking the East is gonna open up this much?
If the Celtics don't win it all, then yeah, it's going to be open.
It's
But
been
if the
dominated
Celtics are
by
still
the
alive,
Bucks, Celtics, and the
no.
76ers for the last 2 years, 3 years.
The 76ers have no chance. They can't make it out the second round.
I forgot who.
And if you lose James Harden, they definitely have no chance. I'm not picking them to make it out the first round. So yeah, Patrick Beverly is a horrible downgrade from James Harden.
I mean, he'll play defense, but I don't think the
He
Knicks,
won't score.
especially the Pacers. I don't think the Pacers are. I don't think the East is that wide open for them. But
I think the
I
Pacers
think
have a
it's really
fighting
just
chance.
those two. I think it's really just those two, Celtics or Bucks. I
I'm not giving the Bucks just a sole chance. I'm going
you
to throw the
think
Cavs in there next to them, and then the Celtics are like in a tier of their own.
you think the Cavs could
I don't
beat
like the Bucks.
you think the Cavs could beat the Bucks in a 7-game series?
The Bucks' weakness is defending the three, or is that the Celtics?
That was with Bud. That was because that was his defensive scheme.
I don't trust in whoever this new coach is until I see it with my own eyes. But we'll see.
But yeah,
If
that's
their
the
weakness
weakness.
is
They
defending
give
the
up
three,
threes
yeah, then they're getting torched.
versus the
If
Cavs.
Max Strus hits a three, then yeah.
Okay.
I'm not picking the Bucks. Their time is over with.
They will definitely still be a top, if not one, they'll probably be 2 or 3 in the East this year. Giannis don't
Won't be
play,
one.
man. He don't play. He's there.
And he got torched by one man in Jimmy Butler.
He was
Even though he
hurt.
was hurt,
He
the
was
rest of the
hurt.
team got torched, and they were the betting favorites, the sole favorites to win it all.
But
I'm
he
done
did
with
get
them.
hurt, and he did have 37.
And
He
they
had a
still should have
monster
won.
game that last game. Besides
And
his,
got terrified to shoot free throws to win the game
yes.
like a superstar should do.
He freaked
Threw
out.
the ball out of bounds because he was so petrified of the free throw line. He's done.
He played well though. He had 37 and like 15. I mean, he's a stat stuffer, and that will be there. Nobody
That's the problem.
stop that at all. It's the same thing with Jokic.
Let's be a winner.
Hey, I don't want to say they did directly beat your team in the finals.
That's just because Monty has worse CTE than Bud.
4 straight games at that. He lost to Bud. That's actually very embarrassing because Coach Bud is terrible coaching. He's a horrible coach. But highlight on the former son. Cam Johnson got the bag, 4 years, 108 mil.
And he deserved it. I don't care what those Nets fans say.
I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't pay him. He's a very good player. One of the best.
Yes.
If I wouldn't say, he's a role player. He's like one of those who can turn into a star in his role.
And I think that's what him and Kel are going to have to be. Kel is their superstar right now. I love that for him. And Brooklyn has a problem with that. If they get Dame, he won't be the superstar anymore. But I don't know if they're going to be able to.
You got to understand, they just came from as fans, they just came from KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. They are not making that at all.
And their front office they're something wrong with them mentally because they lost all 3 of them. So, I mean, they're trying to do right by the Twins now, as they should. Don't lose another star.
Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Lakers signed Gabe Vincent on a 3-year, $33 million deal, which I think everybody on ESPN is saying that it's just literally a equal Dennis Schroeder,
Which is pissing me off because we're not going to disrespect him like that because everybody was all on. He has to get his bag. Gabe Vincent is so good. And then as soon as he goes to the Lakers, now he's bad. We're not doing that.
I think I didn't even watch him defend like that because he got bodied up in the finals, but
that was expected. That team is big.
A good defender as Dennis. Dennis played well for us, but sometimes the decision making was weird. But I mean, I know that Gabe Vincent is a better shooter than Dennis. So I'm liking the thing. Move on from him. Dennis went with Toronto. I'm happy for him. He got his contract. Joe Ingles to the Orlando Magic. Who cares?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That threw me off.
Yeah, 2 years, $22 million. I guess he kind of just trying to build his name back up.
Good luck, honey, in Orlando. But
he'll probably get a lot of open threes. Paolo likes to drive, so Utah Watanabe, to y'all. Shake Milton to Minnesota. Minnesota, they like to just shop around a lot of guards. Herb Jones, 4 year, $54 million to stay with the Pelicans. The big piece for them. That's their bona fide wing defender.
Yeah. He deserved that bag.
To the Heat. Oh yeah, that's right. The Heat picked up. They kind of replaced their people who left. So I guess he could replace Max Strus. That kind of.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know who they're gonna get to replace Gabe Vincent. Unless Dame is coming. I don't know who they're getting to replace Gabe unless Dame is coming.
No,
but
he's
that's
that.
gonna hurt him.
K Love is going back to the Heat. We
Thought he
re-signed
had a
Rui,
chance.
3 years, 51 million. Part of our plan was to do that. I'm happy for it. Also, we
Re-signed
signed
AR
Cam
as
Reddish.
well.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Cam Reddish. Some random guy to the Spurs. Dang, 3 years, 130 mil for Fred, as you stated before. That Houston team will be interesting, if anything. I think
interesting as a
they'll
stretch.
probably make a play in, if not a late playoff thing. Um, O'Shea Brissett agreed to deal with the Celtics. I wonder if he'll play because he's not bad. I wonder if he'll play at the Celtics though. They got a lot of people. Oh, I like this. Seth Curry to Dallas because Seth
I
is a
don't.
sniper, bro. I love him being back in Dallas.
They're signing more offense and still no defense. The offense is not the problem. You cannot outscore your opponent. We tried that. It doesn't work. You still have to defend.
Very true. They better figure it out. Derrick Rose to Memphis. I like that a lot, but I don't know if Ja's like mentally there enough to even like, oh, this is crazy, Derrick Rose. But
Oh no, he said something about it. He like tweeted about it. He's excited, but I don't. It's not the same Derrick Rose that everyone knows as Derrick Rose. So it's not like it's
yeah,
just
but
so
just a
crazy
good vet
anymore.
who was an MVP, one of the great youngest MVP of all time. Just he just needs somebody in there to knock who is better than him or has more accomplishments than him to knock him down a little bit. Because I
I
forgot,
mean,
am
I
I
thought
really
Marcus
tripping?
Smart was a good signing as
No,
far
no,
as
no, no.
keeping him in line and making sure he's not doing anything
But what I
stupid.
heard is he don't even be around like hanging out with the team like that. Like it's just him and
Who,
his
Marcus?
superstar. No, 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 Ja. Like
Oh,
he acts like a superstar at this point, which I mean he can, it's fair.
yeah.
But I mean, like, is he really gonna listen to Marcus Smart?
I mean, when I watch them, I don't get that vibe. I'm not sure who said that, but he's very cool with Steve-O. Obviously, very cool with his two-star counterparts.
No, I
So,
think they're all cool, but I mean, like, nobody on that team, like, I feel like he doesn't like not
as
feel
far as like
like
going out with
respect
them
anybody,
places,
anything. And that, yeah, that
mm,
and hanging out. I mean, being Lakers fans in 2020, where everybody was hanging out and stuff and everything like that, it's needed to win championships. I don't know what happened in Denver, but I don't know what happened y'all's 21-20 or that 21 year. But the teams that
we
I've
were
seen win
super locked
championships, yeah,
in.
are
So,
close,
yeah.
especially the superstars. So, and I mean, he just seems
I
like
mean, yeah.
he's never hanging out with his teammates anyway. Like he's always being caught. Who's he hanging out with?
Anytime I see him, he's always with his family. He up under
Yeah,
Kari, he up under
he's
his
with
mama
under.
and daddy, and
Yeah,
there's
he's
nothing
in
wrong
his
with that.
family with his same people around, which is fine. But I mean, like I've seen championship teams and they're very together and involved. Um,
Yeah.
More signings, notable. Oh, Tyrese with that. Oh yeah, all these young and people got their big extensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these people are my age. So if I would have got drafted, this is my class. Dang, 5 year 260 is crazy. But he's good. Like you said, that Pacers team will be interesting. Desmond
Yeah.
Bane, 5 years, 207. It seems like a big number, but they have to pay him that because
I suppose so.
they
Yeah.
can't let him walk. But I don't think he's, what is he, a two guard? I don't think he's a top 5 two guard in the league.
No.
So I
Well,
mean,
I mean, I don't know if I can name five shooting guards that are better. I know I can
JB,
name one,
JB, Devin,
Devin first,
Donovan
just for the
Mitchell,
record.
I wouldn't say what's his name, the two
Oh,
guard,
Paul George.
Paul
Wait,
George.
you wouldn't say? Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'm trying to think of who's a two guard.
Oh, and
Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards. Yeah. You see, that's and that's the right there. Quick fives, yeah. But I mean, big money
okay.
for him. Good job. Oh yeah, we signed Jackson Hayes, very athletic center. I like that for us. Should be interesting. Um, Dennis Smith going to Brooklyn. That'll do something up there with y'all, I guess. I mean, with Mikal Bridges and them. some random Euro guy the Sacramento Kings signed for 3 years, 20 million. Seemed kind of like a lot of money, but I think he was like the
I mean, I
MVP
don't,
of the
yeah, I don't know nothing
organization or
about
something
them
like that.
EuroLeague people.
Yeah. Dame, he requested a trade for us to mention. We got to mention that it's the big thing. Obviously he wants to go to the,
Yeah,
but Portland has said, we're gonna do what's best for us in this situation. So I'm very, very interested in see what trade comes out of this situation.
right.
I think a sleeper, and I'm hoping my prediction is gonna be he gets traded to the Spurs. That would be
I
interesting.
don't see that. I see either Brooklyn or they're going to send him to Miami as he asked them to. But I'm
They're
really
not
tired of talking about Damian Lillard.
they're not gonna
And
go to they're not getting nothing that they don't want back. And I think they want trade capital, or I mean I think they want draft capital and all that. Miami doesn't have that one. And they don't want or they don't want to give up Bam. And Portland doesn't want Tyler Hero. So with Miami, they're gonna have a 3-team trade with that one. I don't know about Brooklyn. They do have a lot of stuff in Brooklyn though. They have a lot
if all they want is
of
draft
draft picks.
capital, Brooklyn has plenty of
Yeah, I
that.
was
They
about to
took
say
all
they
of
do have
that
a
from
lot of
us.
draft picks over there.
So I don't understand.
I guess we'll see what happens. We re-signed D'Angelo Russell, I guess, after we figured out nothing else was, I guess, good enough. We got him for a little slide. He got paid 30 million last year. I didn't even know that was his salary for last year. So getting him on a 2-year, $37 million deal is amazing because he played good to start the year. He's about to get a big contract.
Hmm.
Dang, that's interesting. I'm trying to see who they sign, they trade Dame for. Brooke Lopez, 2 years, 48 million. Again, could be a little bit much, but Milwaukee needs their core people back. So the Knicks trading Obi Toppin for future 7th round picks. I know that hurt Knicks fans about that. He's going to the Pacers. That Pacers team is gonna be fun, honestly. Uh have to watch them a little bit on the league pass. We got Austin 4 years, 56, which is good because there were people talking about 100. The team's gonna offer him 100 million, so that's good. Um, on the rookie class who's getting their extensions, LaMelo with his 5 years, 260, I was like, what has he done to get a huge extension like that? But I mean, I guess.
Just like you've been saying, everybody else, they have to pay him. They
Yeah, they
have to
do.
pay
I mean, yeah,
LaMelo.
they
But
have to pay him, but I mean, like,
with his
what
weak
really
ankles,
has
it
he
was
done?
very stupid. But
He's been an all-star. I mean, yeah.
the thing that I've seen, because a lot of people were saying that on Twitter, what has he done? And then the immediate rebuttal was, well, what has the team been around him for him to do anything? And that's very true as well. Both can be true simultaneously because he hasn't had a team to have done anything with.
That's true.
So
But I mean, like, still, rookies like who have shown good things. Like, I mean, did he win? He didn't win Rookie of the Year. I think Ant won or something.
no,
Whoever it
and
was,
yeah,
I don't know, but he hasn't done nothing crazy. He made an All-Star team, but good for him and his money. Um, just a lot of random things now. Rockets signed Dylan Brooks that 4-year, $80 million deal.
yep,
Crazy. Jock Landale, 4 years, 32 million. Rocket just handing out money.
yeah. That Jock Landale was pretty sad to me, but I guess Drew Eubanks is an upgrade.
Yeah,
I'm
they were
not really
saying they
sure.
like him, and I guess I don't think he's like that. Russell Westbrook, 2 years, 8 million. That's an absolute deal for the Clippers, obviously. Russ is
Yeah,
Russ, and he played well for them, so that'll be good. Um, I think like the last notable one is the 4-year, $50 million deal to the Knicks for Dante DiVincenzo. So yeah. Besides y'all getting Eric Gordon, I'm trying to look real quick. Yeah, I think that's it for as far as big, impact player signings. Eric Gordon for the Suns to y'all, that's a big one. And then lastly, just the Knicks getting their third Villanova guy.
right.
But yeah,
Okay. So I feel like, let's see, the winners of the free agency. I'm going Lakers first, and then I'm going
Lakers, yeah.
Suns second. because the Lakers were able to retain literally. I literally asked myself every time they made a good signing or every time they got somebody good, I'm like, how much money do y'all have over there? Because y'all were able to retain Rui, AR, get Cam Reddish, which people are not high on Cam Reddish. They didn't watch him at Duke, and maybe that's why I'm still so high on him because I am a Blue Devil, so I know what he's capable of. Y'all got defense in Torian Prince, but also a 3-and-D guy because he can shoot threes as well. He could score. So yeah, I'm high on the Lakers right now. Unfortunately, I have to admit. And then my Suns, secondly, because our issue was once we kick it out because they're doubling KD, they're doubling Book. There's nobody else who can score. So now we've got two of the league leaders, or who once led the league in 3-point shooting. So we'll be fine if you kick it out and you leave them wide open and you try to double the. Well, really, you can't double them anyway because now we have Brad. So there's going to be no more doubling unless you're not very smart in the first place. But if you happen to double and we kick it out, Uta's going to knock down a three. D-Lee is going to knock down a three. And KBD, I mean, I watched him a little bit in San Antonio, so I don't really know everything that he's capable of, but I remembered his name. He made left enough of a lasting impression on me to remember his name from San Antonio. So I'm excited to see what he does for us. Oh,
Okay.
and Eric Gordon spaces the floor because literally every three he takes is super deep. And if you leave him open, he'll probably knock it down. So I'm excited in that sense. The Rockets. I just feel like they just had a lot of money and they didn't do the best thing with it. And that's very disappointing because if you're going to pay Fred that much, you could have got James Harden for that much. I'm sure he would have loved to have that much money from y'all. So, yeah, very disappointing. Is there any other team that I'm missing? Don't
The
think so.
Cavs, you like the Cavs moves.
I like them, but not enough to say that they'll be better than Phoenix or Los Angeles. So,
So I think if you
I
want
mean,
to base it off like who going or closer to winning a championship, obviously, because I mean, we were right there. So yeah, I think we won free agency as of now. Phoenix, I'm hearing all your things, and I respect that. I just didn't hear anything that changes the real issue as far as defending.
defending isn't an issue because we've been a top 7 defensive team for the past couple of seasons. And now we've added a defensive coach and we've added length, which defensive coaches love. So
Let me
now
tell
we're
you
basically the Nuggets.
who has been on Frank's defensive teams. Our Laker championship team, we had 3 7-footers. His Pacer teams, Paul George, one of the great two-way defenders still, but even younger Paul George is amazing. Roy Hibbert was on that team. Lance Stevenson, good defender.
Mm-hmm.
These are multiple. I mean, he is a good defensive coach. Obviously, the Lakers were like a whole different team. But then, I mean, we'll see if he could turn y'all into that top 10. I mean, if you say I'll take it for you, top 7 last few seasons. But yeah, I think Phoenix did well. They surprised people with as what they could have done. They've done well.
Exactly. With retaining DA, killing
well,
our cap space. So
he's
yeah. But
he's number 1 over a pick. I get it. You can't let him go. I won't let him go either because if I draft the number 1 overall, I want you to stay with me. He's done.
you'd want him to perform like one too.
He's done
But
enough. He's done enough. He got an average double this year, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean that did nothing for us when he was grabbing 6 rebounds and scoring 7 points in the playoffs. So
yeah. Also, to defend the Rockets, I mean, I think the rules now you have to spend money. I think you have to spend all your money. So that's what they had to
that
sign.
way it won't hurt you later on.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
also,
understand the
this was a
CBA.
ban free agency. So I don't think, I mean, maybe James would have been a better thing, but I guess he wasn't even trying to really go over there.
Right.
I think he was trying to stay with Philly, just get some more money, but we'll see what happens now. Got anything else?
Nope, I don't think so. I think we hit everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Just ready for next season at this point.
Well, we got a little bit of summer league. The little California Classic, and the Utah stuff they get started last night. So, I guess what's his name, Wemby isn't playing. in this
Nah, I
one.
don't
Maybe he's
expect him
playing in the
to.
Vegas one, but he's not playing this one because the Spurs played last night. So everybody watch the
I'd
Summer
be shocked
League
if he plays
today.
in the Vegas one because I mean he did already say that he's not gonna play, but I don't know if he was being serious or
But
not.
he's not playing
Because
with France. So I'm like, bro, get on the court. You're not better. LeBron playing the Summer League. Get your ass on the floor.
yeah, but he's like LeBron was solid. So injuries, I mean injuries can happen to anybody, but it's much less likely to happen to him than this skinny 7'6" dude. So
It's true. That is very true. Well, make sure everybody y'all watch the what's it called? The Summer League games. I don't know when the actual Vegas Summer League starts, but I know they got these little pre-Vegas Summer League things going on
uh-huh.
right now. So tune in to your favorite team. Stay in close with y'all's draft picks and everything, and the people who are on two-way contracts and all that. So until the next time, we'll let y'all know if any more free agency news, and I guess we could talk a little bit about the Summer League if you happen to watch any.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep up with it tonight because I did not watch it from last night.
I started, but our Laker team looked exactly how we looked during the beginning of the season. Like nobody knew what to do, and we got blown
Yeah.
out. So I was like, okay, well, our 17th pick didn't look too well. I didn't like it. But yeah, I'll stay looking, watching too.
All right, then. Y'all know where to find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, She the NBA Junkie, and on YouTube, B-Ball Junkies.
Mm-hmm.
And guess we'll see y'all next week.
See.